All right, let's talk about something we've all felt, that sinking feeling when your phone is constantly dying. If you are sick and tired of being chained to a wall outlet, you are in the right place. We're going to walk through step by step how to swap out your smartphone's battery, save a ton of money, and get that brand new phone feeling all over again. Okay, let's get into it. Sound familiar? You walk out the door at 100%, and by lunchtime, you're already scrambling for a charger. It is honestly one of the most universal and frustrating problems we all have with our favorite gadgets. But hang on, before you even think about dropping hundreds on a new phone, just look at this. Getting an official repair can easily cost you over $100. A new phone? We're talking $800, maybe more. The good news? Oh yeah, there's a much, much cheaper way to solve this. That's right. You can totally do this yourself. And you know what? Thanks to new right to repair laws, getting your hands on the official parts and tools is easier now than it has ever been. So with a little bit of patience and a good guide, you've absolutely got this. Okay, first things first. Before we crack this thing open and play surgeon, we need a proper diagnosis. We've got to be 100% sure that the battery is the real problem here. So, how can you tell for sure? Well, keep an eye out for these classic symptoms. Does your phone just give up and shut down even when it says there's 20% left? Is the battery life draining way, way faster than you remember? And honestly, here's a great rule of thumb. If your phone is getting close to 3 years old, a new battery will almost definitely feel like a massive upgrade. The best part is, you don't even have to guess. Your phone will tell you exactly what's going on. If you're on an iPhone, just dive into your settings, go to battery, and look for battery health and charging. You'll see a maximum capacity percentage. For Samsung folks, it's in your device care settings under diagnostics. It's a super quick check that gives you a hard number to work with. So what is that magic number? Well, Apple themselves pretty much set the standard. The moment that maximum capacity number dips below 80%, you are officially in the replacement zone. Think of it as the green light to go ahead with this repair. All right, our diagnosis is confirmed. The battery is the problem. It is time to scrub in. So let's talk about getting the right parts, the essential tools, and, most importantly, the safety rules for this little operation. When it comes to the new battery, you've basically got two options. You can go for the official parts. They call them OEM parts. They're guaranteed to work perfectly, but yeah, they're going to cost you more. Or you can go with third-party parts, which are way cheaper, like often under $40 cheap, but the quality can sometimes be a roll of the dice. A great place to check for both is a site like iFixit. They're really reliable. And this is where you really see the savings pile up. A good do-it-yourself kit is going to run you about $40. Now, compare that to the $99 Apple's going to charge you for the exact same job if you're out of warranty. I mean, the difference is huge. Now, to pull this off without a hitch, you need some very specific tools. Your regular screwdriver set from the garage isn't going to cut it here. We're talking about a heat source to soften up the glue, some plastic prying tools, and trust me, they have to be plastic, not metal, some tiny little precision screwdrivers, a suction cup, and a few thin plastic picks. These are absolutely essential for a safe and successful repair. Okay, listen up. Before you touch a single screw, this is the single most important thing you will do. Back up your data. All of it. Photos, contacts, everything. It might take you 15 minutes, but it could save you from losing years of your life if something goes wrong. Seriously, do not skip this step. All right, next on our safety checklists, you need to intentionally drain the battery you're about to take out. Let it run down until it's below 25%. Why? Well, a fully charged lithium-ion battery has a lot of stored energy, which makes it way more volatile and dangerous if you accidentally poke it or bend it during the repair. And hey, this isn't just me being paranoid. The EPA is super clear about this. Even an old battery that seems totally dead still has enough juice in it to be a real fire hazard. We have to treat these things with respect. This is so important it gets its very own slide. I'm going to say this as clearly as I can. Never, ever, ever puncture the battery. There's a flammable liquid inside, and if you pierce that casing, it can cause a pretty scary and immediate fire. This is the absolute #1 rule of battery surgery. Okay, safety briefing is done. We're prepped and ready. Now it's time for the main event. Let's walk through the actual swap, nice and slow, one careful step at a time. So to get inside your phone, we have to get past the strong waterproof seal. The first step is to gently heat up the edges of the screen. The analogy is perfect. Think about warming up cold butter. You want it soft and pliable, not melted. Once it's warm, you stick a suction cup on the screen and pull up just enough to create a teeny tiny gap. Then you slide your plastic picks into that gap and work your way around the edges, slicing through that softened glue. Patience is your best friend here. Once you're in, you need to disconnect the old battery. Look for a little cable connected to the main board, usually under a small metal plate with a few screws. Take those out and then very gently pop the connectors straight up. Be careful here, these things are delicate, like tiny little Lego pieces. Next, you got to deal with the adhesive holding the battery down. You'll see these little pull tabs. The trick is to pull them slowly, steadily, and at a really low angle. Don't just yank them. Once the old battery is out, you can put the new one in, connect it, and you are officially on the home stretch. And just like that, the new battery is in. Seriously, congratulations. The hard part is over, but we're not quite finished. Let's go over the final few steps to make sure your repair is a complete success. Okay, you need to calibrate the new battery. This is basically how you introduce it to your phone's software so it knows how to read the charge level accurately. It's easy. First, charge it all the way to 100% and then leave it on the charger for another 2 hours. Then, use your phone normally until it completely dies on its own. Finally, charge it all the way back to 100% in one go without unplugging it. That's it. It syncs everything. So what do you do with that old battery? This part is critical. You cannot, under any circumstances, just toss it in the regular trash. It's a serious fire hazard and it's illegal in a lot of places. The right way to do it is to put a piece of tape over the metal connector points and take it to a proper e-waste or electronics recycling center. And if your old battery is swollen, repair techs have a great nickname for them: spicy pillows. Be extra careful with it. All right, pro tip time. You've got this awesome new battery. How do you make it last as long as possible? It all comes down to the 20 to 80% rule. See, these batteries are actually happiest when they're not fully charged or totally empty. Constantly pushing it to 100% or letting it die completely puts extra stress on the battery's chemistry, making it age faster. So if you can, try to keep your charge somewhere in that sweet spot between 20 and 80%. It can make a huge difference in the long run. And let's just finish by looking at what you've accomplished. For about $40 and maybe an hour of your time, you've made your phone feel like new again. You just saved yourself from spending $800 or even more on a brand new device. I mean, that is a massive win. You did it. You took charge, you opened it up, you made the repair, and now you have a phone that just works. This is about more than just a battery swap. It's about proving to yourself that you can fix the things you own. So the only real question left is, what are you going to fix next?